Well, hello everybody. So, for those who still don't know who I am, I'm Nabhan, and it means noble and outstanding in Arabic. And I'm from a Muslim family. So I'm from the Comoros Islands. It's situated just in the south of Madagascar, and it's constituted of 4 little islands. And I'm from this one there, the bigger one. And that's it. And so I went to France when I was 2 years old for medical reason. And because I'm from the Muslim family, so I used to learn the Quran. It's the Holy Bible for Muslim people. I still know how to read Arabic, but I still don't understand what I'm reading. But I know the alphabet and stuff. And everything seems to go well. And because of the family, I used to be a good student, so I had nothing to worry about. And then I was kind of practicing Islam until I was about 16 years old. But prayers used to make me dizzy because you have to go down and up, God and up all the time, and that's my head didn't like it. And I used to fast. It's like the Lent for Muslim people. Just by respect for my parents, I used to do it. And then somehow I found out that my parents were divorced, but they were still living with me. It was like nothing happens. So it's just because I received a letter from school asking for the divorce papers. I was like, what? And so I went to my mom, and she confirmed they were divorced like a few years before. And then everything went so fast, so my parents got separated. So I had 2 houses, I had to change colleges. I lost 3 years of studies, and because I'm not too sure if I couldn't cope with the changes or I was just lazy, but that's how it is. And I didn't have my A-levels, like it's called the baccalaureate in France, but it's similar to the A-levels. And then in 2005, my dad had the good idea to send me to England to study, and then in 2010 I managed to graduate, so I've got a degree in business computing. Then how did I come to know more about Christianity? Somehow, when I was in France, I've got a childhood friend called Jessica. I used to go to church for a little while. It was an evangelical church, so it would be very close to a Baptist church like SCF. But quickly after, I had to go to England for my studies. So before I left France, Jessica gave me a Bible. And in the Bible, there was this verse. It's from Matthew 21, verse 21 to 22, that says, I tell you the truth, if you have faith and do not doubt, not only you can do what was done to the fig tree, but also you can say to this mountain, go throw yourself into the sea, and it will be done. If you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer. And in my first year or 2, I didn't go to church while I was at university. But when I started my second year of studies, I met a lot of people on the campus, particularly someone who will be a good friend, called Shova. And after some interesting discussions and a few arguments, I understood that she is with Jessica, one of the few people I can really trust, not in words but in my heart. So I was bored on Sunday mornings because there was really nothing to do at university on a Sunday because everything is closed. So I accepted to go to Surrey Chapel. So that's the church I used to go back in Norwich. And then I went back to my country for Christmas, and I was going regularly to church, even during the week with Jessica. And when I came back, I was really into it. So I set myself to learn as much as possible about Christianity. And I received an English Bible, because since I had to go to church in England, it would be better to have an English Bible. So Cheryl gave me one, and she quoted this verse, Jeremiah 21, verse 11. For I know the plan I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. When I first read this verse, I was still seeking for truth. I didn't know how deep it would mean in my life. I did not even know that if I would be able to discover what His plan were for me. So I started to read the Bible in English. Of course, I didn't know all the backgrounds and scenes, but things were making more sense to me. And finally, my 2 years of philosophy at college became useful because it was compulsory. And also, I went to different Christian conferences and get-togethers. Those meetings helped me to know even more in details what it means to be a Christian. And some people said that I changed during that time, but I think I was still the same, but with a bit more consciousness about what's happening around me. It came to a point that I could not deny the impact of God's words on me. And after seeing baptism, I knew that it was what I wanted to do. So I went to see my pastor, Pastor Tom, and talked. And he suggested me to read a book about baptism before making any decision. And I read that book, answered the questions, and concluded that I wanted to carry on with this idea. So was it an easy decision? None of my parents was aware of the fact that I was going to church at that time. So it was time to tell them, and when we make this kind of decision, we shouldn't be ashamed of what we believe. And I understand what will be the consequences on my family, because after I'm from a Muslim family. So I met my dad and said to him that I was going to be a Christian. I knew that he wouldn't agree with me with my decision, but it just says that I wouldn't be welcome if I was carrying with the idea. But I was confused. But even if I was living on my own in England, my dad was the one who always supported me. He's the one who sent me to England to study and become who I am now. So there was lots of little questions coming out to me. It's like, am I ready to give my relationship with my dad and my extended family, my country, because it's a Muslim country and the people living there? Is it me letting them down or the other way around? And 2 weeks was left before the baptism, so I went back to contact my two friends, Siobhan and Jessica, because they're the one who I really trust, and they've been really good as Christian friends. And basically, they both say the same things. Something like, I have to find the truth, The answer is in my heart, and they're both gonna pray for me, because prayer is very important in the Christian faith also. But Jessica quoted an extract from the Bible. It was from Mark 10:28 to 31. So it says, Peter said to him, "We have left everything to follow you." "I tell you the truth," Jesus replied. "No one who has left home, or brothers, or sisters, or mother, or father, or children, or fields, for me and the gospel, will fail to receive 100 times as much in this present age. Home, brothers, sisters, mothers, children, and fields, and with them persecutions, and in the age to come, eternal life. But many who are first will be last, and the last first." It is a well-chosen quote, and especially for someone who might lose all the bond with his family. And after a week, I made up my mind, and I didn't want everything that I did, all the seeking, to be for nothing. So I just prayed for that the bonds with the family would be fixed if it get broken, and I decided that whatever will happen in the future, I wanted to go forward, because as it says in Joshua 1:9, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." So basically, there is no secret ingredient. You just have to believe. And that's why back in September 2008, I decided to fully commit myself to Jesus and got baptized. And here's a short video of it. Well, the video is not coming. I'll put it at the end. So, question for: how God surprised and challenged me in the past 10 years or so? I have to say that those 10 years has not always been very easy, but worth it. Except learning about God and giving my life to God, so much opportunities, and mostly people filled my life. First, I had to leave my parents to go to a foreign country of England and study. I don't know much about you, but think about going to a place without your family for a long time, and then add the fact that the country doesn't speak your first language. So that's definitely a challenge. And it's still now, it's still a challenge, because here in Belfast, I don't know what you speak, but it doesn't always seems like English. And so here's some key moments of places I visited or left that I didn't expect. So back in October 2005, that's when I arrived in Norwich. So Norwich, home of Norwich Union, the insurance. So that's the train. When you arrive, you see that straight away. And then I met a road walker. Somehow I went to one of the clubs, and he was just singing out of us. So that's him, and that's my name here. But photograph from road walker. I don't know. Do you know? Yes. Yeah, I thought so. What else? That's the first time I see this. Is it scooter it's called here, or something like that? In France, you will never see that. I don't know. It didn't cross the English Channel. We don't have this. It was foreign for me. I was like, what is this? Yeah. And then I had the opportunity to go karting. Like I wasn't expecting. It's like it was during one of the holiday the church weekend away, and they did karting. I was like, wow, like that's so great. And so French Charles, he came to my university because we got really good studies in environmental studies. So he came to congratulate all the students who made a really good discovery about the ozone and all the everything about the temperature and stuff. So he was at my university, so I managed to stamp a little picture. And that's when I graduated. So I was at the cathedral in Norwich. By the way, just there's two cathedrals in Norwich, and one of the few cities who has two cathedrals. And it used to be Norwich used to be the capital of England, like back in the day before it became London. And I went to see American football in the Wembley Arena. It's when I was volunteering in church in London, and then they had a spare ticket, and they asked me to come. And I was like, yeah, why not? So that's the American football. It's pretty rare. There's only one every year, so it's rare to have it, and the tickets are quite expensive. And so, and it was when the Wembley Arena just opened, so it was one of the first events, and then I was a shepherd for a Christmas pageant back in Paris, because I was going to the American church in Paris, and was helping also with children work, and so that's me there on the right. And so when I was in Paris, when I finished my studies, I went back to Paris. So I had to leave Paris again. So that was just a picture from the church, everybody just having fun really. So I was back in so I was back in UK to the city of Belfast. And then I met that lovely lady called Grace back in the beginning of 2014. So that's I was going to the cinema, and then we got engaged in May 2014 for my 30th birthday. So yeah, you can see the little ring there. And then in March we got married here actually. First marriage in SCF. And recently we got a little child called Gabriela back in the 18th of December 2015. So yeah, right now I can just thank God for providing physically and spiritually to all my needs. And I have to say I'm fortunate to be able to go to work but actually enjoy and get back to wife and a little baby that I both love dearly, and hopefully we do too. And on top of that, I can attend ACF, Shocking Community Fellowship, a church that actually preach the word of God, and I can use my skills for ACF and God.